Hello, students. Yesterday we studied about solute, solvent, and solution. Today we will study dilute and concentrated solutions. See, dilute and concentrated. Suppose we have taken squash from a bottle and we have added that squash, or we have taken that squash in a glass. So the squash which we have taken in a glass, that is the concentrated solution. Okay, and when we'll add water to that squash, on adding water, what we'll get is a dilute solution of that squash. Okay, dilute means in which solute is present in lesser amount, and concentrated means where the solute it is present in very large amount. Now see the definitions written here. Amount of solute in a given weight of solvent, it determines the concentration of the solution. We know the concentration of solution, or we come to know about the concentration of the solution by the amount of solute which is added to the solvent, to a given amount of solvent, the amount of solute which is added. If lesser amount of solute is added, the solution which we'll get is dilute solution. If we'll add comparatively larger amount of solute to that given weight of solvent, we'll get concentrated solution. Okay, dilute solution, a solution in which the amount of solute is relatively small. We have added very small quantity of solute to it. Solute means, like suppose we are adding salt to water, then salt is solute. Okay, and when that salt it is relatively small as compared to the total amount of solvent in a given mass of it, it is called dilute solution. And a solution in which the amount of solute it is relatively large, where the amount of solute is large as compared to the amount of solvent in a given mass of it, it is called concentrated solution. Okay, so this was about dilute and concentrated solutions. Now see true solutions. True solution means, see, I'm giving an example to you, and remember this example, or keep this point in your mind, and then read all these points. Suppose we have taken salt, common salt, edible salt, which we use at home, and we have added it to water. Okay, it means we have prepared aqueous solution of sodium chloride or common salt. We have added salt to water. See, when we'll add salt to water, its color will not change. We'll get a clear solution and we'll get a transparent solution. Now keep that solution in your mind, and then read these points. Okay, I'll explain you these points one by one. A true solution has its own characteristic properties. True solution, this is a true solution. NaCl in water or sugar in water, these are the true solutions, and they have their own characteristic property. The first one is nature. It is a clear solution. We know that when we'll add salt to water, we'll get a clear solution. That clear solution will be a transparent and homogeneous in nature. Homogeneous, we read it in our previous video also, that homogeneous mixtures are those mixtures where there is uniformity throughout, or where we cannot distinguish where the solute particles are present and where the solvent particles are present. Such mixtures or such solutions are called homogeneous solutions. Okay. Second is particle size. We know that we cannot see the particles of salt when they are dissolved in water. Its particle size is molecular, and the particles can pass through pores of filter paper. If we'll try to filter out or to separate the particles of salt from water by the process of filtration, we cannot do that, because the particles of the solute here in the true solution, they are very small and they can easily pass through the pores of filter paper. They cannot be seen under microscope. if we will try to see the particles under microscope, we cannot, because the particle size is very small and they do not settle down. Do not settle down means, suppose we have added sand in water and we'll dissolve it. After some time we'll see that the sand particle, they will settle at the bottom. But if true solutions we are talking about, the particles, they will not settle down at all. Separation. Solutes can be removed from the solvent by physical. We do not need to use any chemical means for the separation of the particles. Just by the physical process, we can easily separate it. Physical process, like if we'll heat it, upon heating, water vapors will escape out and the salt will be collected there in the dish in which we are heating. So, a true solution is therefore a mixture and not a compound, because we can easily separate it by using a physical means and by no chemical method. So, this was all about dilute and concentrated solution. Dilute solutions are those in which solute is relatively small, and concentrated solutions are those in which solute is relatively large. Then true solution, like solution of common salt in water, it is clear, transparent, homogeneous. Particles are very small, that they can easily pass through filter paper. They cannot be seen under a microscope and they do not settle down. And we can separate the two component, that is the solute and the solvent, just by physical method, and no chemical means or method is required for their separation. Thank you.